Okay, essentially to pick up where we left off, look at them looking at me. This is stupidly cute. Basically, since 2021, it has been exactly like that for years until last summer when I had gone to a place like mentally. I was thinking of strategically, mentally. I got to a place mentally where I thought of everything differently and I changed how I did everything within the business. And yeah, I changed how I did everything in the business last summer. It's like we rebranded and then like I kind of just went through like this shedding of this old version of myself. And then I was like, I'm doing everything differently. And that is when I learned like establishing boundaries in your work is equally as important as establishing boundaries in relationships. Like I had learned the relationship boundaries, like years ago, but it never occurred to me that it also was required to apply boundaries in every area of your life. So I looked exactly at what I was willing to do in the business, and I looked exactly at what I needed in order to continue on with the business. And I said, this is my standard. I am not budging from this right here. And all of a sudden, things started just like happening exactly that way. Not all of a sudden, okay? All of a sudden, like all of a sudden, okay, not all of a sudden. It was like, I just said this and I said, I don't care if it works or not. These are my standards. And I kind of like walked away from it. I was like, got to a place where I was like, I don't care. If you can't meet me here, I'm not continuing on. So a lot of you guys like have emailed me like last summer going into the fall, like, when's this coming out? When's that coming out? When's this coming out? When's that going to be restocked? When's that going to be restocked? I have like, I have plans, like, sure, the things are going to be restocked. The things are going to, like, the whole business is going to be different. Which brings me to like present day, like the barrier serum is going to be relaunching in a 16 ounce in probably a month or so. And I can't believe how this came to fruition. This came to fruition exactly how I defined it, exactly how I defined how I was available for it. Like the terms that I set, like that's how this barrier serum came to fruition. And so now it's like I'm setting even bigger goals. I'm like, cool, now I want this. Like, so I'm obsessed with the business now, like how it's like how I just feel like I have such like a strong relationship with it now to the point where I'm like, I know that like I feel so convicted in like what I have put into this, what I have been through, what I know, my skill set, like the way that I, have built everything out, the way I've created everything, like the response we get from the formulations, et cetera, the performance, like I understand it's top tier. I understand my business is top tier. Like I get it. And it's like, I don't need it also. It's the epitome of detachment. It's like, okay, if it doesn't work, I don't care. So when you guys email me and all the things, then that's why we're like, yeah, we're looking for partners because it's like I don't know when, and I'm not gonna rush it. It felt like when I had done the pre-sale and then I like had a bunch of people had already prepaid for these items, which was last April. Several months went by, way past the date that we promised. We had to refund everyone because I was sick of having like keeping people waiting. You know what I mean? It was like that thing that was consciously like it was affecting like how I would make decisions because I owed people product. So we just refunded literally everyone. And then I was able to just like walk away and be like, this is what I need. These are my standards. This is what I'm willing to do in the company, which is very few things because I am unwilling nowadays to work outside of my zone of genius. Like I will not work outside of my zone of genius. I'm literally like far past exerting myself in my life. I'm not willing for it to be hard. I'm not willing for it to be grit. Like I'm not willing to experience that. I'm not willing for it to be challenging. I'm not willing for it to be any of the things. Like I've already tried all of that and I was like selling my soul, essentially, you could say, because it was like there was a piece of me that I was giving away that I grew to like detest all aspects of the business because of the fact that I was not being true to myself. So I can give more when I work inside of my zone of genius. And that's just like a blanket lesson for anyone. Like, you can give more if you uphold your boundaries. I can give more when I can give 100,000,000% when my needs are met. Okay. Like, this is how you always have to think of the things, is what do I need in order to move forward? What do I need for this to be okay? What do I need in order to do my work? My work is like the work that only I can do. And it's not about hiring people. It's about collaboration, because I'm not even willing to take the mental energy that it is required to operate. Number one, I will not even consider operations, supply chain, inventory management. Absolutely none of it. I do not want any direct reports. I do not want any of it. None of it. And so essentially the barrier serum fell in my lap exactly like how I wanted it to, exactly how I defined it to. So yeah, I'm super excited. And then we have like really incredible partnerships that we are pursuing and in talks with right now. That's another thing that I'm just like, I take it or leave it. Like, I have zero attachment to this. Whereas before it was like, I felt like my identity was like wrapped up in making it work. But that was a thing that I had to overcome. That's why, swear on my life, my experience, 100% of my experience as a business owner, it is 1,000,000 times out of 1,000,000 a mental issue that you're going through that you need to overcome in order to make it work. And you also, I hate this culture of like not giving up, because I swear it's like, I think that like persistence is obviously what's gotten me here, but it's also like, I wish I would have not given up. I just wish I would have stopped sooner when it felt bad. And that's like another like lesson that I have learned personally, like for navigating life, business, relationships, all the things. But yeah, so I wish I would have stopped when it felt bad back then, 2021, beginning of 2021. I mean, I just can't believe how much money I've wasted, how much shit that I have eaten, how much time has just like blown away. Just like, I mean, it's like beating a dead wall. Okay, it's akin to like, you know, when a fly is trapped in your house and it's like it won't stop beating on this one window, but you're like, hello, I have the door open for you right over here. And the stupid fly, like, I just like, I can't save you. I'm trying to get you out to the door, and you're like beating yourself against this window that is closed. And that's what like I'm talking about right now. Like, very, very, very in the camp of, if it feels bad, stop it immediately and assess why it feels bad, and then course correct, instead of just like a freaking whatever you would call it, just beating your head against a brick wall. It's stupid. So anyways, the barrier serum is going to have all the brand new branding. It is top tier. It is stunning. It is sexy. It is hot. It is gorgeous. I'm so excited. It's beautiful. And yeah, it'll be available soon. And we have barely any, PS, barely, literally any. And I'm doing that on purpose because, number one, I'm buying lower quantities because I don't want to manage the inventory. So I'd rather just like sell out day one and not manage a freaking boatload of inventory. Like, you guys, I had warehouses full of shit and it was the worst experience ever. This is a much better experience. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. Like, I'll insert a picture. This is like the 12 ounce. It's just the computer generated one. We're actually doing like a 16 ounce, and but it's like gonna look the same. And like the box, we have like a unit carton in the box, and it's gonna go in like, our target is like the high-end luxury spa market. So that's part 2 of the update.